Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco.
I'm Chris.
And today's New Comic Book Day. We got some cool books to talk about. Starting off with, make sure you pick up a copy of the Marvel previews. They're out and they're pretty cool. Predator is finally gonna be a thing.
Super hype.
There's a lot of other. Right there you can see Wolverine's gonna show up in Ghost Rider. That's pretty neat.
It's not the real Wolverine.
There's a new Demon Days called Demon Wars. Check that out.
It's like Civil War, but demons.
Yeah. Oh man, some really good Art Adams variants are gonna be popping up here pretty soon. Let's see. There's a couple of them. You can see the Emma and the Jean Grey, or the Phoenix more so, right there. Pretty cool. I was pretty excited. Sometimes you get a preview and you're like, a couple cool things or whatever. But this one was pretty hype for me. So let's go ahead and get into the books. So for this week, which we're still having some issues because we're still using Penguin. I think this is our last week using Penguin, and they'll be switching back to Diamond. So this week we didn't get Amazing Spider-Man, and I'm not going to start reading it, I don't think. But there was an Art Germ cover with half of it was Black Cat, half of it was Mary Jane, and I definitely want that one. Love Art Germ, love Black Cat. Honestly, I wish it was just fully Black Cat, but, I'll take what I can get. Didn't get Alien. Hopefully these books will be coming in later, and didn't get Star Wars Crimson Reign.
There's a very demanding Daphne in my lap.
Yeah. Just staring you down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like anytime I sit now, like recently, she just instantly plops over into my lap and she's like, "You are a chair." Anyway.
She noticed the dogs over here and was like, "Ooh, it's cuddle time."
So we have Thor number 24. This is also Legacy number 750. I was a little worried about this one when I was starting to read into it because I thought it maybe had a chance of being like a nothing issue. It had a bunch of, legacy writers for Thor. You have, let's see, you have Jason Aaron, you have your Walter Simonson, you got Dan Jurgens, you got a lot of, people that have worked on Thor, over the years, and without really spoiling, because, like, I thought this would just be like, just a bunch of random stories, and none of it really matters,
For a good part of it kind of was.
It kind of is. So,
which, I wouldn't say any of the stories were, like, bad or anything.
But anyway, so...
At the very most, meh,
Yeah, I'll get to my complaints about the stories here in a little bit. So you have a few, I don't know how many it was, but there's a few, like, other little stories inserted. So basically, it's kind of hard not to spoil this. If you didn't read the last issue, Odin's dead, it's his funeral. So, they're at his funeral, and Thor, is it called the Book of Kings?
Book of Kings, yeah.
Okay. I keep calling it that, and I'm like, I think that's what it's called. But anyway.
Only a king can read.
Yeah, so, that at his funeral, and,
only a king of Asgard.
Which, it was funny because, it didn't say, well, I guess it says Donny Cates here. So I didn't read that it said Donny Cates here. I was just reading the extra names at the bottom. And I was like, oh man, is Donny not even writing on this? And I started reading and I was like, this feels very Donny Cates. Like he has a certain way that he writes.
Begins and ends with Cates.
Yeah. And so I was like, yeah, this is definitely Cates. I got through it. But anyway, so they're at his funeral and he's like, let me read from the Book of Kings. And he tells some stories. And I feel like what a missed opportunity to tell some great, like legendary tales of Odin, or could have been tales from Bor, Thor's grandfather. Just some like real classic, not classic in terms of like classic, like from the 70s. I'm talking about classic as far as old for, Thor, going way back to stories that his people didn't even really know of,
Yeah.
Could have been really cool, but no. What did they insert instead? Just some Thor stories, and one was a Loki story.
I don't think really Thor. One was a Thor story.
One was a Thor's story.
Thor's?
Yeah, it had him and Jane Foster and like a whole crew.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay, so they had two Thor stories then.
Yeah.
In it. One was Beta Ray Bill. I liked the Loki one.
I just feel like it was kind of a missed opportunity as far as like, I feel like the people in charge.
The Loki one sets up some new stuff.
Because it's really weird. I feel like if you cut all that out, you have a regular, because this is a big size issue. You know, it's a thicker one. I don't know how well you can tell, but you know, it's $8.99. It's a big issue, and I feel like if you cut out all that extra stuff, it's just a regular size issue. So I feel like, you know, Donny Cates wrote his thing, and I don't know if somebody saw an opportunity to be like, hey, we can, you know, and with it being Legacy 750 or whatever, I don't know if they wanted to make it a you know, just throw in some extra stuff, you know, like they do on these big numbers and whatever.
Some good scratches.
That being said, I feel like they just went to these other writers and was like, hey, write a Thor story. You know what I mean? Like, just something related to Thor, write a story about it, you know? And without the context of, like, because I feel like if you went to these writers and then said, write a story that would be in the Book of Kings, like, that's such a cooler concept. I think that could have been really, really awesome.
Which there was one Odin story in there. It was technically a Mjolnir story, but...
Yeah. Anyway, so with that being said, extra stories aside, just focusing on, like, what actually matters, which is, you know, the Donny Cates, the beginning and the end, you know, continuing with this run. Pretty cool. I felt like there's good emotional resonance in at the beginning, and then at the end, you get a crazy reveal that I don't even know when we're going to follow back on, because it has nothing to do, you know, we all know upcoming is Hulk versus Thor.
There was also that little bit in Loki that, you know, hinted at something bigger than Black Winter. That's a bit of a...
Yeah, but...
that was technically from the Agent of Asgard run, where she saw something bigger than Black Winter.
Yeah.
Which I haven't read, so...
Upcoming for Thor, though, we know Hulk versus Thor is the next thing. And there's something big that's teased at the end here that I think Hulk versus Thor isn't going to be too long either. I think that's kind of a little mini event.
What was it again? 'Cause this is the first book I read. Let me just... You keep talking.
The Revelation? Yeah. That's going to come around at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously. But, like, I don't know. It kind of blew my mind. Like, I wasn't really expecting much from this issue. And then, like, I started reading it, and, like, my expectations of something important happening were just getting lower and lower. And then you get to the end, and it's like, oh, my God. Like, you know, he's setting up for some big stuff. You know, I like the way Donny Cates writes. He doesn't always... He plants seeds that, you know, we're not necessarily going to follow up, you know, in the next issue. So, moving on, though, we have Punisher number 2. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
This series is great. This series is so brutal. My God, that end scene where that mystery character punches the dude in the face. Oh, man. And, like, not really spoiling because I didn't say anybody's name, but, like, this dude's, like, head basically is coming off of his body.
It's like a Mortal Kombat.
It really is. It's incredible. And, you know, loads of other blood and violence throughout. But also, this underlying, not really, like, fully explained kind of dark story going on with Punisher and his wife, you know? I don't know what's going on there. I mean, kind of got some hints, but...
This mystery character is an interesting...
Yeah, I thought that too.
Antagonist to the Punisher.
Which is... The Punisher's getting a little beefed up in this series, it seems like. Because the person he has to fight, which is revealed at the end of this issue, is not somebody he could have really ever fought before.
Yeah.
No. Especially with, like, that punch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's a really cool idea to put these two characters against each other, and yeah, it's been really, really solid. This is Jason Aaron, right? The intro's really good. It gives you it's only a couple pages, but there's 2 pages of a very young Frank Castle.
Yeah.
Which,
and based on the cover, the next cover,
we're gonna keep going into a psyche probably. I'd imagine.
You can show the next cover without spoiling?
Maybe. Let's see. But yeah, this is Jason Aaron, by the way. And he's killing it. Doing a great job. Here's the next cover. So yeah. There he is, little
Little
Captain
kid.
America costume. Um,
I was laughing because
I'm not
Daphne started
super
smacking Oreo with her
brushed up
cheeks again.
on Punisher. It's very, 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 very minor spoiler. It happens on literally, I think, the first page. But Frank, again, this is kid. He's like, what, 12 or something, I think. And he mentions killing somebody, having already killed somebody. Is that a story we know about?
And what?
He said, because he's talking to his therapist, is what's happening. And he's like, I'm not going to tell him about this. I'm not going to tell him about that. And I'm definitely not going to tell him about the person I killed. Right there. That line right there. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, is that something that's already been brushed upon in, like, some other Punisher story? You not get it?
Yeah, I see it now. I guess I just brushed past it when I first read it.
It was kind of a big deal. I thought.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, yeah, apparently he's already killed a man. I think by the age of 12 is what it said. So that is, I don't know, interesting. I don't know. Like I said, it might be an old story from some other book, you know. If it is and you know about it, I'd love to know because it, I don't know, interests me. Silver Surfer Reborn number 4 picked up. I think this is the C variant. Pretty cool cover. I like this cover a lot.
Very fun.
Yeah, I mean the background's really sweet. It's funny. I think on the like the preview orders for this, there was no background. It was just the surfer and like just a white background. But like this background really adds to it. I think like it's really awesome. But anyway, very fun issue. Been enjoying this series. There's surfer galore in this issue. It's a good way to put it. Some good moments from Thanos. Thanos puts out a pretty awesome Big Bang Blast here on a panel.
Big Bang Blast?
Is that wait? What's it called?
Big Bang Attack?
Just Big Bang Attack.
Final
Whatever
Flash?
it is. Man, I don't know. I'm mixing up things. But which one's Big Bang? Is that the 2-hand? Final Flash is 2-hand. Big Bang's 1-hand. Anyway, moving on. Pretty cool issue. Pretty fun. I am a little confused because Jack of Hearts is in this one. And this Jack of Hearts,
It's very different than the one in She-Hulk.
Yeah, it's very, very different. And I figured Jack of Hearts randomly popping up in both of these titles at pretty much the same time when no one's used him in forever.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like a coincidence, but now I'm like, maybe it is. I don't know.
Then again, maybe it's still, maybe not.
I don't know. Because, like, I was thinking, oh, maybe the Jack of Hearts from She-Hulk is him after this series. But then something happens in this series where I'm like, maybe not. Or in this particular issue. So, I don't know. I'm a little confused because I was really interested in seeing, like, how this is all going to tie together. And now it might not. And if it doesn't, I still really like She-Hulk and I still really like Silver Surfer Reborn? What is it called? Rebirth. But it'd be cooler. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening, I guess. But I like the series. I like both series. Now check out, this is my favorite cover of the week. Like,
pretty good one.
Hands down. Ji-Young Lee, I might be saying his name wrong. But check out this silk. This is such a beautiful, beautiful cover. I'm in love with it. It is so nice. And I love Ji-Young Lee. Might be one of my favorite pieces he's done, actually. My favorite, probably always going to be that Black Cat with the gauntlet. Such a good cover. Anyway, the story. Pretty good. Not a lot happened. Kind of set up for this issue. This series has been okay, I feel like.
It's not been like Venom, where I feel like I'm going to drop it every time I pick it up.
Well, yeah, and with this being a miniseries, too, it's like, I know this is about to come to an end. I'm pretty sure it's just one more issue. Or
even like Spider-Gwen, where I wanted to drop it.
That was really bad.
That was
really, really bad, and I couldn't do that. I skipped over pages and just got to the ending, and I was like, I still hate this. And there's a little bit of, because like the big thing with Spider-Gwen is it feels like a 78-year-old trying to write for teenagers, and it's so cringeworthy is the only appropriate word I can use. And there's a little bit of that in this, but nowhere near as bad. Um, it's just a little, I don't know. It's fine. Like I said, it's good enough. I enjoy it. There's one more issue. I mean, even if there wasn't one more issue, I was gonna pick up that cover. Incredible cover. Definitely a contender for one of the best covers of the year. It is awesome. And then moving on to Miss Marvel number 5. It's the last one, and I didn't read it because I'm behind on this series. I need to read it. I think I don't even know because I have a few issues here, and I was gonna read them, and then yeah, I don't even have a number 4.
That's a weird looking one.
Yeah. So I got to figure out where I put my number 4. Because I was picked them up and I was like, I don't have enough issues here.
You'll burn.
Um,
Might be in that big comic box there.
When
I was cleaning up the other day, I just kind of shoved a bunch of comics in there.
I don't think anything's. That's like haul stuff and random stuff like not like.
I mean, yeah, but still, like when I was cleaning the other day, I was just shoving a bunch of random comics in there. It could be in there.
I looked through there. I'm pretty sure I didn't see anything like. I don't know. I'll look at it later. But anyway. I really, because I think I only read the first issue and I liked the first issue, and for whatever reason, I think shipment delayed or something caused us not to read the second issue on time, and I just got behind. Moving on to the DC section now, which is just a single book, Teen Titans Academy. Pretty cool issue.
Oh no!
I've been enjoying this series.
Marco, I hope they're friends at the end.
Huh?
I said I hope they're friends.
Oh, I don't know if I've told that story on the channel. Not for now, though. No. I feel like we're already running pretty slow.
Yeah.
I do enjoy this the series in general.
Tonight on the stream.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a stream.
Baby.
Are we doing a figure stream tonight?
Yes, action figure stream.
Figure stream. If you want to see us, we have a lot of figures to open up, mess around with, play with.
If we open them,
do stuff
pretty quickly. Probably might build a Lego set. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, I highly recommend this series. I'm not a big DC guy, but I checked it out on the sole premise that Red X was in the series, and I like Red X from the old Teen Titans cartoon. But this Red X, was somebody else, somebody mysterious. We didn't know who it was. So I was like, I'm invested. Let me see. And we're kind of...
Turns out it was me the whole time.
Kind of past that, kind of not right now. Kind of dealing with a lot of other things too. But I've really enjoyed it. Only 2 issues out of 14 so far that I didn't like. They, for whatever reason, decided, hey, let's go do something random for 2 issues. And I was like, why? But other than that, it's pretty good. Now moving on to the indie stuff. We're going to start with We Have Demons number 2. And I had to get the gold foil title. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
So we have... I guess it's Lamb. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, that's how I've been pronouncing it.
Lamb and Gus. I want to say
Gus.
Gore.
Gus is great.
Gus is great. I really like Gus a lot. He's super cool.
There's a good picture of him on the back as a human.
Oh, I know. This picture's so sad. It's not sad till you read the comic, but when you read the comic, I finished it, and then, I closed the book, and I'm like, oh, God, why? Man.
I love Gus.
I love this book.
This is a Gus Stan channel.
Snyder killing it. He's killing it in this. He's killing it. And Noctera has been amazing.
Hello, welcome to Gus Comics.
Stop it. But then also, Capullo does great because it's really fun to see him draw these, awesome, cool-looking demons and stuff.
And they don't really follow like your typical demon either. They're just kind of like...
They're just gross monsters. Yucky.
They grow out random body parts and...
Yeah. They're super fun and like really creative. But then like I feel like he draws like especially like women. I feel like he draws women really good. Like just looking at like random ones. God, I like that image too where she's like covered in demon glop. I don't know what to call it. But look how pretty that... I can show this page. It's not really a spoiler. Look how pretty that image is. That's the same guy that is also drawing that. Look at that. I don't know. It's pretty awesome. I love this book.
Gus has a big old handlebar mustache.
And Gus is just great. Gus is great. They were like, how can we make a friendly demon? Handlebar mustache. Like, that's the go-to. He's a good guy.
Big handlebar mustache, too.
And now moving on to Step by Bloody Step. What is this, number 3?
I love this one, too.
This book has incredible art in it, although the cover kind of is lacking.
Yeah, covers were kind of lame. We picked the best one, and even
the B cover wasn't too much better.
But let me tell you this. We also stand main girl. She doesn't have a name, but she's main girl.
I'm not gonna lie, I really struggle to like. Do you follow the story with this at all?
Yes.
I struggle with it.
You have to have an imagination.
I get it, but
You have to. Ow, ow, ow! She's stabbing me. Ow.
I really like the art. Like, it's beautiful stuff, but I struggle to understand what's going on. Also, I feel like this isn't my favorite issue of art either. I feel like the last issue was
There were
probably-
some good ones in here.
I feel like the
There were
last
some
issue was my
absolute
favorite, though.
bangers in here.
It's good. It's good. It's
Like,
good.
give me that book.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
No, give me that book.
No. We're rambling and doing things, and now we're talking about Godzilla versus Power Rangers number 2. Yeah, number 2.
It was very fun.
This time the Megazord's fighting them. Last time it was the Dragonzord. Now it's the Megazord. Dragonzord couldn't do it. What do you think you're gonna do,
need
Megazord? You think you're
more.
better than the Dragonzord? I don't think so. Dun, 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 dun.
And look, I couldn't even show art.
Look.
Just stab my Moon Knight.
I did stab your Moon Knight, and I'll do it again. Godzilla versus Power Rangers. Read this book. If you like Godzilla fighting things, if you like Power Rangers, yeah, either or. It doesn't have to be both. Look, it's just fun, okay? You probably need to like Power Rangers, actually, to read this story.
Yeah.
I think if you had no attachment to Power Rangers at all, you won't care. But,
If you love Power Rangers, you'll love Godzilla. That's a fact.
yeah.
You're going to read this book, because that's a fact. This is a good book.
We just got the B cover, too, because it's better
dope.
than the A cover.
Oh, Marco, if you look
There
to
is
the
other
back,
cool covers,
there's a
though.
better cover. I don't know what it is, like a one in whatever.
I don't know if it's
That one's
better.
my favorite.
It's good. These are both good, but I don't know if I would say either one's better. I do like that about IDW though. They put all the different covers in the back of their books. I really like that cover. It's just super fun. Anyway, moving on. We got BRZRKR 8. BRZRKR 8 with the foil.
Speed up time. I'll hold up this one too. Check that out.
The Nicolas Cage
Yeah,
variant
the
there.
Nicolas Cage variant. This is for his new movie.
Doesn't it look like
Marco,
him?
again?
Unbearable weight of massive success, massive
Yeah.
talent, massive
Massive
Nick Cage. I don't know.
Massive Nick
He's 40-story tall. Watch out. Anyway, Berserker's good. I don't really know what happened in this issue. This issue was kind of wild. Not gonna lie.
Ever. What's happening in Step by Bloody
There was a cool.
He's probably lying about what happens in Godzilla versus Power Rangers. Now he doesn't know what happened here. Untrustworthy.
I gotta show this one. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It's just a really, really cool splash panel.
I can't
Check
see the
that
splash panels.
out. It's so good.
Power's been taken. from
It's
me.
so good. I do take the power.
And I'm being stabbed
anyway.
in the leg by a cat.
Yep, she's
Every time I
my
scratch
my
her-
assistant. Every time you
Because I
stop.
can't no. Every time I scratch her, because I can't resist not scratching her, she like puts her claws more into my
Yeah.
leg. It's a curse, really.
I like Berserker, but well, here's one thing. I think I'm done getting the two foils because I just don't care enough about this series to keep getting 2 copies of it. I was getting them both because they're foils and I'm a foil junkie, but I think I'm just gonna get one cover.
Also, when I pet her,
Unless
she
next
smacks-
issue's like 2 banger covers or something.
She smacks Oreo with her tail when I pet her. Look at her.
Yeah.
punk.
Then moving on, we have Cowboy Bebop number 3. Yeah, number 3.
These had some fun covers. This cover A is a fun one. Look at that.
And you're not reading this, right?
No.
Pretty fun. I'm enjoying it. I feel like this is a really good example of. Now, granted, I know the show's canceled, but when this started, assuming that the show would continue, I feel like there's certain comics, especially when they tie into TV shows. I use the example of like the Harley Quinn animated did a really terrible job of it. Sometimes you're given to things like, hey, write a comic about this. You can't have any plot development because we're going to do that in the show. We're not going to read your comic. We're going to continue our show. But if we want you to write a comic and make some extra money on it. And it can be difficult
Sorry.
to write a story without any plot development.
Yeah.
But when you have the opportunity to get to use some bounty hunters, just throw them on a random mission. This is just them just doing their thing. We already know that they did lots of bounties before this. In the anime, in the live action show, we know that we didn't see all of their bounties. So just do some of their bounties. And that's what this is about. And it's fun. It's a good little adventure. And then this is such a good one. Check that one out. Check that one out. Look at him.
Oh, I like it. It's like, you're lucky he's holding me back.
Look at him. Yeah, it really is. That is his energy. And then
the mustard cover.
Yeah, I've been getting all the blank sketch covers. I'm going to eventually do something with all of them. I don't know what. And the last book I didn't read because
last book is The Last Ronin.
Last Ronin. I didn't read this. I haven't read the last two.
That's unnecessary.
I've been meaning to. I just get, I don't know, distracted and forgetful. And yeah. That's all we got, though, for you today. Like I said before, join us tonight for our action figure live stream. We're going to be unboxing all types of stuff, checking it out.
Possibly Legos. More action figures.
Yeah, by all types of stuff, I mean all types of different action figures more so.
G.I. Joe,
actually,
Star Wars Black Series, Marvel
by all
Legends.
types of different action figures, I mean we have several action figures that are duplicates, and we're going to be opening up all of them. Like we have 3 bats. We have
cute little droids.
What's that clone? Don't we have like a Shadow Ops clone or something?
We
got
multiples of technically. He's
well,
just a
whatever.
trooper.
You know what I mean? Elite trooper. We got multiples of those to open up. But anyway,
pooper.
We're gonna be checking out things, having fun, and hanging out with you all. Yeah. But that's gonna be it. Hopefully, got some cool videos coming for you this weekend if things align properly. That's gonna be it, though. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.